Hi, this is Jonathan Ruple, Upper Deck sketch card and freelance artist, and you are listening to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast.
Hello everybody, my name is Ian Taylor and welcome to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast, brought to you by the Marvel Cards Fan Collective, an awesome community of card collectors and creators. You can find our two groups on Facebook, details of which are at the end of this podcast, so come check us out. With me is my co-pilot in all things Marvel Cards. He cares so much that he's off to the land of Care-a-Lot to join Tenderheart Bear and friends in their quest against Frostbite and his freeze machine. It's Norrin Rad.
Thank you. And we will beat them. We're very confident we're close.
Do you recognize that reference at all?
No. Is it Care Bears?
Yes.
Yes.
Tenderheart Bear. You are so Tenderheart. I can see you cosplaying as Tenderheart Bear.
I can see me playing as I do sometimes. I mean, it's private, but yeah. Tenderheart. Yeah.
Yeah. I do. Yeah, I do Teddy Ruxpin, and people put cassettes in my bottom to make me say stuff. Anyway, enough about that. Welcome, everybody.
That's where I know you from. I've seen that video, man.
Oh yeah. It's
plenty of stamina. I mean, good work for you, sir.
It's on the dark web. The very, very dark web. Anyway,
it's very, very dark. Very dark.
We're barely a minute in, and we've gone there. Good.
That's what she said.
Everybody. Oh my goodness me! Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a long one. Welcome everybody to the Marvel Card Collectors Podcast. What else? At the MCC Pod on all your favorite internet places that you go to, except potentially the dark web. Thank you for being here. As ever, listen, like, and share.
Ooh.
Yes. Wherever you go. Tick that little subscribe button. Click that little ratings button.
Ooh.
Seriously. It really helps us out, folks. The more kind of traction we have in terms of, people liking our posts, people liking our page, people sharing our posts, commenting, anything like that. All of that stuff helps us out in terms of search engine rankings, in terms of people finding the show, in terms of card creators and companies that make cards taking notice of us. And I guess at this point, this episode will air after our interview with Jason Mashera, president of Upper Deck.
Yes, sir.
So I guess this is a point, as well as asking you guys to continue, doing all the good stuff you're doing and recommending us to your friends. That wouldn't have happened without you guys doing what you've already done, which is listening, which is liking, which is sharing. So it really, really, really does make a difference.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it so much. I mean, we want this channel to grow. We want to do more things for you guys, and we just, we'd love to continue this. So all the attention we get, all the comments, the likes, all that stuff, that just gives us more and more space in the public eye.
Yeah. Plus we're narcissists, so we dig it. So
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Every time you click one of those buttons, my ego grows to twice the size that it was.
I get a tickle. Personally.
I get a tickle. Well, that's me, dear.
Sorry.
Anyway, before we go into the episode, I want to talk about our intro artist. We haven't had an intro artist for a couple of weeks now, mainly because we've had guests, so they've kind of done it. Obviously, last time when we spoke to Jason, we had a guest of an intro artist of equal stature, more than an intro artist, a god in the art world, Simone Bianchi. So thank you again, Simone, for that. This week, equally a god and very much adored within our community on Facebook, Jonathan Ruple. Thank you, Jonathan.
So great.
Not least of which, I love your name. I've no idea the origins of it, but I just love your name. And you can find Jonathan on Instagram at Instagram /at JA Ruple, RUPLE. I'm wondering what the A stands for. I'm guessing the J is Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan Awesome Ruple. There we go. Well, Jonathan, you are awesome. And I'm just going to... there is at least one, possibly two, and I find this interesting. collectors who seriously go after Jonathan's work, and you can kind of see why. You often hear about some artists being very, very in demand. Simone Bianchi is an obvious one. His sketch cards are very, very sought after, and Pankit in Character Club collects his cards. You kind of understand that there are an awful lot of different sketch artists some of who have been on a few sets, some have been on lots and lots of sets, and so I really find it great. I think it's wonderful that someone who I think is probably fairly new to the scene, although I might be wrong, Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong, is as sought after by more than one collector. I mean, that's fabulous. I think that speaks volumes about the quality of your work.
100%. Also the style, right? Because so many times when you're looking at sketch cards, you're always looking for that artist who's bringing new interpretation to a character, right? You're always looking for that new edge. You're always looking for something that really stands out among the rest. Because you got to remember, a lot of times when we're looking at these sketch cards, we're looking at them on ePack, and you can search by the set and see all the different artists, which is something we might do in the future. Take a little tour, and do some video sharing and check it out, share our opinions, and looking at really cool art. And Jonathan stands out amongst the rest. I remember the first card I saw from him was the Groot. Do you remember that from Marvel 80th?
Yes.
And it was just such a great rendition. And he's the kind of artist that I tend to gravitate towards, which is the creepy, the lines, all that kind of stuff. That tends to be the artist that I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I love the coloring as well. I don't know how to describe it. It feels watercolory. I don't know.
Yes, it does.
It feels very watercolory. It's kind of got it's got a texture to it, almost like a canvas matte texture to it. That's how it's going to sound really weird. That's how it feels to the eye, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And when you scroll through his Instagram, there's all sorts of other exciting stuff on his Instagram. But you can see here that he's been on Far From Home. There's a particular Mysterio card from this Far From Home set.
So good.
And when you, it's basically a big image of Mysterio, and it's got Spidey in the foreground looking up, and in Mysterio's globe you can just see like a skull. Like a cloudy skull. I just think it looks absolutely awesome. It's so effective.
I love that card.
So that's good. And I have a feeling someone in the group has got that. There was a collector in the group, Jeremy. Good evening, Jeremy. Who seriously goes after Jonathan's work. And there's another guy who goes after Jonathan's work as well. And so it's really good to see all those cards kind of back together in someone's collection.
Yes, because it's nice when you get to see them back all together too. You know what I mean? So I always really admire those collections. I always play around with the idea of doing it myself, but it's just absolutely amazing.
It is.
Yeah, and he works on Magic the Gathering and Pokemon as well, and he does great Pokemon characters and Magic the Gathering APs, which I'm really excited to look at those and check those out and maybe pick one up. Really beautiful pieces.
What I really like about it is that his work reminds me a little bit of Chris Bacalo. Just some of the way that he does it, there's some of the styling of it. In particular, there's a Spidey Venom sketch that is very evocative of some of Chris's work.
100%.
Chris, I don't know if you listen. I've reached out to Chris Bacalo a number of times, and I
really?
I don't know if he manages his own social feeds. So I did actually get a response from him on Twitter saying, just email the website because that will get to me. And I did. And I never heard anything back. So, but he's a busy guy, and but I'd love to chat with him on the podcast at some point.
That'd be really fun. I love his style too a lot.
I could do a whole show on Chris Bacalo's work, and I'm hoping that if he comes on or does an intro for us at the very least, we will.
Really nice.
He did some amazing sketches for Masterpieces 07. So he kind of does have a foot in our sphere.
And I think that's what Jonathan Ruple does, right? He's very evocative of like what 07 and 08 from Marvel Masterpiece did, right? Where it had all those different styles, you know what I mean? And when you actually got a card in the box. It was from an artist that brought something very new to the character. Not that that doesn't happen now, but that was one of the first series where that was very evident, and it was happening with many artists.
Yeah, it was a really good quality mark. I think that's. I mean, there was some color and black and white mixture, but it was when it was awesome. It really hit. Jonathan also joins the ranks of artists with cats.
Yes,
his cat makes a guest appearance on his Instagram feed. It doesn't actually say what his name is. Goose. Goose. His cat's name is Goose. There's a wonderful photo of Goose, just like seemingly passed out against Jonathan's hand with a pen in it. He's trying to do some artwork, and Goose has passed out. We will return to artists with cats on a future episode, folks. I'm just kind of planting that seed now because I'd love to talk about it now.
I'm going to wait until
put a pin in that. I'm just going to scroll down. He's done loads of cats. He's done a cat version of Pennywise the Clown.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, look at that.
Finished cute. Pennywise cat, watercolor and pencil. There you go, watercolor.
Okay.
It's just creepy as F. He's also done a cat version of Captain Meow, I guess. Which just makes me laugh. And there's also a cat version of Captain America, which Pankit will be pleased with.
Yes.
But I do think there's enough mileage here. I keep saying this. Marvel Meowsterpieces. It's got to be done.
I can see it happen.
I really do. And Jonathan and
small,
the other
nice limited set. Yeah. I can see it happening.
I'd be happy with that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. We should have asked Jason this last week. Next time he talks to Marvel, if
should have pitched him some ideas. Yeah, that would have been the way to go.
Well, I know he listens. Jason, Marvel Meowsterpieces.
Yes, we can give you all the details. Yeah. We'll work out all the
tight little set, 50 cards. None of that tier malarkey. Little hair cards, whisker cards, things like that, and you could do it for the 30th anniversary in 2022.
And instead of costume relics, you do like fur relics, and you get some of the fur from the cat.
Paw print cards.
Paw print cards. That's better than mutilating a cat. That's much better.
I love it. I love it. Have you ever seen cat breeding? By the way,
cat what?
Cat breeding.
You're making up stuff.
No, I'm seriously not. I'm going to share my screen right now, and we are going to look at cat breeding on this.
Is that the loaf thing?
No, it's the loaf of bread. Right. So cat breeding. All right. I'm typing it into Google. I'll put a link for this. So as ever, folks, all of.
Oh my God. What is that? And when can I do it to my cat?
Is cat breading. So cat breading, effectively speaking, is getting a slice of bread, making a hole big enough for your cat's head to put in it, and putting it over your cat's face.
I love that we've evolved to this point as a species.
This is what the internet was invented for.
This is exactly what the internet was invented for. This is what mankind was invented for.
If you just look up cat breading, do a Google image search, make sure you spell it right.
Oh, trust me, I am.
You do the spelling wrong on that, and you'll get a different type of Google image search.
Well, it said breeding, and I was a little worried that that's what you were talking about. I was like, I really don't want to see cats go at it.
No, it's
frightful. No.
And someone there's done it with. They all look.
How does this even happen?
They all look absolutely thrilled to be there.
Emily's going to be really mad because she's going to be like, this has been around forever, right, Fausto? They did it with pizza.
Yeah, no, they have. Yeah, have you seen the pizza one?
I just saw the pizza one. I mean, there's so many options for this.
It's brilliant. Anyway,
cat breading.
Jonathan Ruppel. Sorry, we've gone off the beaten track. Jonathan, thank you.
I don't think I can continue. Thank you, Jonathan. But I'm done. I think I'm out. I think I have to go cat bread.
Jonathan, sorry. Go cat breading. Jonathan's got a rather fetching photo of him in some kind of onesie on his profile picture on Instagram. So he's a fine looking young man. He does incredible artwork. Is that what it is? It's ducks. Of course it is.
It's not onesie. Poor Jonathan. It's a shirt. Well, it looks good on you, brother.
I was looking at it from a tiny little
unbelievable thingy. Now Jonathan ain't going to wear a onesie.
It's a duck shirt, apparently. Best $8 investment of my life. You know what, Jonathan? That was a year ago. I'm wondering how it's washing. Has it faded? Does it still fit?
That would suck.
Inquiring minds need to know, because if it was $8, you want it to last a little bit. But at least you got.
Yeah, and you should have bought multiple just in case.
Yeah,
personally, that's what I do.
$8. I'll have 3 of them.
Yeah. When I find a Ducky shirt I like, that's what I do.
Or 3 for 20. Jonathan, thank you. Stay tuned after the end credits for more from Jonathan. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
Without
You won't be
burying the lead
disappointed.
too much. Without burying the lead too much. Righty-ho. So, moving on. So we've got 2 more topics I want to talk about this episode. The first one is kind of a bit deep waters, and the second one we will put up as a video as well as the audio. So for the latter half of this episode, you will definitely benefit from watching that when it goes up, but it probably won't be up just yet. The audio will be first. So for images of all the stuff that we talk about, it will as ever be on our Facebook page. The tasting notes, the show notes for the episode will be there, so you can go and find them. So I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about. I've kind of loosely called it hobby care, which is why I did the Care Bear intros, and I did a. Funnily enough, I did a poll, which I've completely forgotten about until this very moment.
Yes.
So I haven't actually looked it up, but I popped a poll on the group last night on MCCW on Facebook, and I was basically doing a poll just to get a sense of, with 2020 being the absolute wicked stepmother that she is turning out to be, and I'm sure a lot of people are being severely impacted in more than one way by 2020.
Yeah.
Me notwithstanding. I wanted to ask, curious to know if at all it's impacting on your hobby spending. And I put some options up there, and I actually put quite a few options. And I haven't done any scientific analysis of this yet, but the options
That's
on there
what we're here to do.
Well, exactly. This is as scientific as it gets. What it does tell me is basically the options were no impact on what I buy, spending more, spending a little less, spending a lot less, spending the same but in different ways, which is probably overkill, selling or considering selling to get by.
Oh, there's a lot of options.
Trading and having fun doing it, buying less, trading more. And a few people have added not spending at all now and just starting or returning to hobby. So that basically I think that means that they've got no kind of baseline to compare against before.
Yes.
There's a fair few people with no impact on what I buy. So for those people, it's like, congratulations. Some industries haven't been impacted by COVID at all. Some of them have gone from strength to strength because they're essential services or medical services or insurance or call center or online, a lot of them. But a lot of people have been, impacted, myself included, by what's been happening. So what this tells me is that if I look at this, over half of the people there have changed their habits in some way. Interestingly, of the people who've responded, and there's probably about 60 votes here, I would say about 13 are spending more, and about 15 no impact on what I buy. So that's half the people who've answered this, okay? But then there's a significant chunk here who have probably another 20 who are spending less, spending a lot less, considering selling, or having moved over to trading more, which I think is interesting. So it kind of tells me
I like the trading thing.
Yeah, it tells me that people are still want to be doing stuff and still want to be active, but they are called trading cards, and a lot of people don't trade in the same way anymore. I mean, EPAC's notwithstanding, it's difficult to trade them because we've talked about this before. You're no longer with the kids on the block trading them in the schoolyard, that kind of thing. That's not really happening as much anymore. It is very much
it's not feasible. It's very difficult to do.
Yeah, and it's a global hobby, and we're lucky enough to have this community come together, and people can do that. I've just posted last week. I just mailed a package to a couple of people actually.
Oh, nice.
And yours is going out tomorrow. Although actually, I've but I've got something else that will come onto that won't be going in this package because I sealed it up and then I purchased this thing. So you'll have something else coming. Anyway, so I'm going to go personal a minute. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this because you know the situation with me, but not many people do. It is a personal thing, and it's
You've been cat breeding for a long time.
I have been cat breeding for a long time. I've been doing it to the wife. Anyway, wife breeding is not a thing, by the way. Don't try it. You will get punched.
This goes over worse than cat breeding.
Yeah. You get a look worse than the one the cats are giving you in those photos. That's all I'm going to say. So I have basically at the moment I'm in a position whereby COVID has affected my income. And as a result of that, I've got a lot less spending money. What it's also forced me to do is basically come to terms with the fact that I have been overspending for about the last 4 years, not just on cards. In fact, cards have been the smallest aspect of that, because I've been selling things to buy cards in many cases. But after my daughter was born, I did go through a long period of postnatal anxiety, I guess is the fairest thing to say. One of the things, the outlets for my anxiety, which I've always done actually, long before my daughter was born, is I spent money. But of course, when you've got a family, you don't have the disposable income, you spend more than you can afford. And so, I'm personally in a position now where I've got a significant amount of debt that I've now had to be real with, and I'm now working towards paying off. The interesting thing about the group is kind of separate to that. I think I told you, but you put a post on the group saying, just people, just be careful. Make sure it is a hobby. Don't spend too much. And I did something similar a few weeks back as well.
Yes, yeah.
Which it very warmly received, and I shared a little bit on there, and a few other collectors did as well. And I know of at least one person in the group who actually, before we posted this, I think it was one of the reasons why you posted initially, who said, I'm stepping back from the group for a bit. I'm not leaving, but I'm stepping back because what I'm seeing is regular posts about, I got this on EPAC, and so I'm going to EPAC and I'm spending money I haven't got to try and do the same, and I'm not getting the hits. I'm not doing that. Yeah, which is it's an addictive thing. It's very easy to do.
I think a lot of times too, and the reason my post came out is on this show and in the group, there's always a lot of talk of getting rainbows and completing sets and hunting things down and so forth. And I do feel like, I'm definitely a rainbow person, right? I love the idea of getting 4 plates. I love the idea of getting 2 version of a signature and all this other kind of good stuff, all the tiers, all the parallels and all that stuff. But, with everything going on right now, people being home a lot, the kind of gambling nature of opening packs on EPAC, I just figured it'd be nice for everybody to realize, look, if people post, hey, I just got this hit, my first pack of the day type of thing, they might be phrasing that wrong. They might have gotten lucky. You know what I mean? What I don't want the group to be is a place that pressures people to buy in order to participate. And, a lot of times in the group, when people post any collection, whatever level of collection they have, people are always excited to see it. You know what I mean? Even if it's the most common card in the world, but you love it, we want to see it, because it makes you happy. It makes us happy. And it's that community. Right. And I just, there were also things where we had collectors selling, flipping things. One particular collector who left the group, who was asked to leave the group, was, selling things to exploit a lot of character collectors and a lot of other people at very high prices. And that was another reason I posted. I wanted people to know, like, things come up. You wait for pieces. Ian and I have been in the waiting game for a long time. There are pieces I'm still waiting for to creep up. I've waited for pieces for over 2 years and eventually came up. And it came up for the price that I wanted. Yeah. No matter what people tell you, if it's a red spectrum or whatever, one of one, you never see it again, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. You're not going to like the piece when you don't have the money to spend on the piece, because that's just going to give you tons of anxiety. You're not going to be interested in the piece anymore. You can look back at it in 3 months and realize, shit, why did I do all that? Why did I stretch myself thin and give me all that anxiety for no reason? Yeah. These things come up again. And if they don't, they're going to release new things. I can guarantee you right now, new things are going to come up and they're going to be shinier and prettier. than the things that have happened in the past.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess what I'm saying is, and no, I did put a post on the group, and you put a post on the group, is, don't feel pressure wherever you participate in the hobby, whether it's on EPAC forum, whether you're in the Facebook groups, whether it's on Blowout, wherever it is, to keep up with the Joneses. Because because you will overspend, you will spend more than you need. At the end of the day, it is just cardboard or metal if it's a plate, and your family comes first, your home comes first, the roof over your head comes first, the food on your table comes first. We joke, about affording something and then living on ramen noodles for a while. We joke about it. And I guess if you're a single person living in, and you've got a lot of disposable income, maybe you can do that, but you shouldn't be tempted to even go there if you've got a family. So I was basically saying, look after each other, folks.
Yeah.
We do say in the group, please don't, price bash if someone else is selling something for more than you think it's worth or whatever. And there's a fine line between that and price gouging and taking advantage of a community to raise money.
That's really
that's kind of the fine line that you kind of alluded to, I think.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, if someone owns a card, they can do what they want with it. I mean, they can
absolutely.
They can put
Obviously,
cream cheese
that's not
over
our
it and have it with a nice Chianti. They can poke it up their bum for all I care. But it's your card. You can do what you want with it. But when you specifically, this is leading into basically hobby care and hobby karma go hand in hand a little thing. And so
I love that. Yeah.
What I'm leading on to is that in the last few months, I don't think I'm just misreading this. I genuinely think we have seen an uplift of people in all walks of life helping each other out and being more compassionate. And I think that's definitely been evident in the group. It's definitely been evident in the hobby. Folk have been helping each other out. And I'm going to give you an example from my point of view, 2 examples, brief ones. There's a guy who big time collects Legion of Monsters, so Ghost Rider, Morbius, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you had in hand until last week a green Fleer Ultra Spider-Man PMG, which is numbered to 10. So there's only 10 of these out there, and he needed it, he wanted it. And he's a character collector. And I was like, listen, if you want it, I'll make sure it comes to you. And we did a trade, and he sent a load of stuff to you that you're about to ship over to me. And, I'm happy with what I got. He's happy with what he got, to be honest with you. I think I did okay with it. I didn't try and gouge him. I didn't try and raise the bar every time he offered stuff. No. I wasn't asking for more and more and more. I was like, very early on, I said, listen, the card is yours. Let's just keep talking. And, I'll tell you when I'm calling the gang. And I checked values, and I think we both, it was a fair deal. At the end of the day, it would have been a fair deal. I would have made sure it was a fair deal, whether it took us 3 months, because that card would have stayed there until we got to that point, and then it would have gone to him, because he collects that character, and I will make sure that goes there, because I look after other collectors. Okay.
So.
And there's a guy in the group who collects X-Men, specifically Wolverine, and a couple of months ago, a sketch came up from someone in the group. This fella didn't have stuff to get it, so I basically stepped up and said, well, I've got a load of flair that this guy wants. I'll trade that flair for him, and then you can have the sketch. Just sort me out when you can. And I can't remember what he ended up sending me. It's fine, it doesn't matter. The thing is, the Wolverine collector got that Wolverine sketch, because I kind of did the middle bit. So it's one of those things whereby and people also pay it forward. A couple of guys in the group very recently, because they know, my spending power is down. And I've basically been saying, look, a lot of people have got free cards. Those Doctor Strange free cards is a prime example.
Yes.
And I can't remember, that is actually now up on YouTube, so we can talk about it. Brilliant. Where I basically said, look, I can't buy anything at the moment. Have any of you got these free cards just sitting around that you don't want? That'd be lovely if I could have them just to so that I can collect something. Because I've got some stuff on traders, but and people came through and they threw them over to me, and that has bizarrely enough that has continued. People have been sending me a lot of their other MCU set free cards, so much so that I'm pretty deep into Spider-Man: Homecoming, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh,
and
that's
Avengers
cool.
Infinity War as I speak. And so
Wow.
it's brilliant. So, and I've done the same. I've there's a new fella in the group, Paul Cottrell. Good evening, Paul. Who has? I had a load of spare Marvel Annual, and he's going into Marvel Annual 2016. He's fairly new to repacks. He's asking me loads of questions. I don't mind at all. I'm kind of mentoring a little bit because he's learning about the way card collecting is now compared to 20 years ago.
It's tough.
I'm more than happy to tell him, advice and answer his questions and that. And I just sent him a load of Marvel Annual stuff, just sort me out. And last week he did me a favour on a Pack Wars achievement that I missed. So it's kind of the way it goes. So I just think it's a nice side of what's happening at the moment.
For me, look, I'll be honest with everybody. Okay. When Ian asked me to do the group thing and all this other stuff, right? There's a lot of things I do in my life, a lot of things Ian does in his life, a lot of other responsibilities and stuff like that. So when Ian asked me, I was making wallpapers and other things for the group to, just for collectors, because I was excited to do design stuff or whatever, because, I was bored. And that was a way for me to participate in the hobby without necessarily purchasing. And that's what I was doing. I was like, I don't feel like buying anything right now. Nothing's coming up. I'm trying to avoid getting into something else because that seems to be my natural tendency. You know what? Let me make this stuff help other people. Collectors, especially in this group, the only reason I'm here, and when it stops being like this, I will leave. It's an ecosystem. When things come up that people need, like JD had a silk plate came up on eBay.
Yeah.
It was cheap. I was able to spend the money on it. I didn't want him to lose out on it. I bought it. And then he paid me when he had the cash, very nice. Didn't charge him over. He gave me a little bit for it. Gave me, a good amount for it. And, I sent it over to him and it was over. I did that for Jason too, for Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I bought it really cheap because I saw it. I happened to see it and I held on to it. I didn't realize he collected 2099. I was going to keep it for me just if I wanted it. I knew he was going for the rainbow, so I gave it to him. Just so everybody knows, you do not have to do this. With character collectors like Ian and I and a few others, I'm just not a set person like that. Ian is. So personally, when I pick up stuff because I like it. And then eventually it leaves my collection again. All the stuff that's keeping here and stays here is the stuff I keep here that's surfer or spot related. So I'm able to do this. You are not pressured to do this. But what I am saying is this. If you do find it difficult, if you are on hard times, remember, people get a lot of dupes. And if you're trying to fill a set, you can trade with other people. They have cards lying around. You put something out there, like, look, I'm not looking to spend, but I have things for trade. I'm looking for these missing pieces. Let the hobby be that for you.
Yeah.
Instead of feeling like you have to spend and all this other stuff, let the hobby do that. This is an ecosystem. Try to pair off with people that have things that you need or are not looking for, and you can help each other out. That's what we do in Character Club. Mm-hmm. That's what we do in the group. If we see that you're a person who collects a lot of this thing, I can guarantee you're going to get one or two people emailing you an eBay link at a moment's notice when they see something.
But privately.
Yeah. We'll just send it to your way. And yeah, I've had people do it for me.
Yeah. So I'm just going to touch on a couple of elements of what. Listen, I'm not telling people how to collect. I'm not telling.
No, that is not what this is about.
I am, and this is where I'm comfortable doing it. I am telling people how to conduct. Conduct yourself with honor. Conduct yourself with respect. There are people listening who won't agree with that. They're probably the kind of people who will. So we just referenced. If you see something someone likes, send it to them by PM. The reason you do that is because when Masterpieces 2018 broke, someone posted a link in one of the groups for that person. Yeah. They didn't see it quick enough. Someone else bought it specifically to then try and sell it to that collector for more.
Yep.
I don't care. there is a big side of cards, and a lot of it is sports side that proudly go #FlipLife, and a lot of people make their living over it. And that's fine if you choose to do that. Sports card, I think, can kind of bear that market because of the type of thing that it is. What we're talking about here is a very, very small section of the market, a very, very niche section of the market. And pardon my French, that's a thing to do to someone else who who collects.
100%. Of course it is.
And
it's a terrible thing to do to somebody.
Shade
it's not right.
So recently, another example of that. So yeah, exactly. So someone else, those two cards that you mentioned, that Silk plate, that Spider-Man 2099 plate. Someone who buys, who spots those who isn't you, could have bought them and then put them on the market again at 3 times the price.
Well, that's what tends to happen as well. Yeah.
And their opinion is, well, it's tough on the person who originally listed it for not doing their homework and selling it too cheap. It's like,
look,
okay.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. Those people get burned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to be that person, be that person. But look, the group was made. Look, it's not a coincidence that we have artists coming into the group and selling things. We just had Julie Bell come into the group and sell Gambit original artwork that she did for a commission. And that fell through. She asked me if she could pop it in the group, and she did. And now we have someone who got it, who's an actual Gambit collector.
Someone who is passionately into
that piece.
Also to Julie's work.
See, and artists don't just jump into a group and do that. If there's a toxic environment in the group, they don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's never going to be about the number for this group, because you've seen other groups on Facebook. They have over 3,000 members, but the posts are inconsistent. The people who are there are just looking for information. This group is really here as a community, not just a sales post, not just like a show off thing, because we're just not about that. Yeah. And that's the environment that Ian and I are going for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just, I had I'm going to 2 more recent experiences, then I'm going to kind of wrap up this section because, I don't want people to think that I'm, well, you know what? If they think it, they can think it. I don't want people to think that I'm preaching at them, because if they do or they don't, well, if you do and you've got a problem with it, then it is your problem. I'm basically saying, conduct yourself with honor, conduct yourself with respect, look after other people, be nice to people on the way up, because you never know when you might pass them on the way down. And that's especially true of EPAC newbies. And we'll go on to that when we do EPAC's 101 Part 3. Mentor folk, have respect for each other. Jonathan Omega Hunter said this when I first kind of met him. I count him as a valued friend now, but when we first encountered each other, one of the things he said to me was, if everyone in the hobby helped each other out with their sets, everyone would have the perfect set. And it's so true. So a couple of recent examples. There was a character that I collect, no prizes for guessing, and a green PMG. So again, 1 of 10 came up on EPACs, and I messaged the person who had it, and every message was like, okay, I've got I can get this, I can get this. And I was, by the time this ended, it was 3, 4, 5 messages backwards and forwards. And very early on, I'd already offered another green PMG of another character, maybe not as popular a character. I'd already offered several extra tough pull cards, Holoblast and things like that. And this person just kept replying, okay, we're getting there. Okay. Okay. Let me think about it. And in the end, I was like, okay, well, I've offered you quite a lot. That's the best offer. And that person was just greedily trying to gouge me for more and more stuff. Didn't care that I was a character collector, just wanted to feather his nest as much as he could from that card. And I thought, okay, well, it's your card. You can do that. You're also being a bit of a selfish dick. So that card eventually moved to another collector, and I messaged that collector and I made him the same offer, and he replied very nicely. And he's in the group, actually. Nice chap. He replied very nicely and said, thank you, that's a more than generous offer. However, I'm going for a green set of Fleer Ultra Spider-Man PMG cards. And I was like, you know what? Absolutely fair enough. So it's gone into your collection, and that is your collection. at that point, I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's gone to where it's living. There's 9 other
100%.
green PMGs of that character out there. I'll go for one of those when one pops up. So it's not the end of the world. So he got what he wanted. But there was someone else recently who had a purple PMG from Clear Ultra Spider-Man who, again, not by me, but by this character collector, has made a very, very fair offer on it. Was I'm in an and in the end said, I'm just going to keep hold of it and wait to see what I can get for it when Masterpieces 2020 drops. Knowing that this person collected that character, I thought, well, it's your card, you can do that. But actually, you could also choose to help out another collector. And that person didn't choose to help out another collector. And he didn't have to. There's no obligation for him to do so. However, I would like to think that if that person is in the community that we foster, and I use the term community, that maybe that would be something that would enter into their minds when they see literally hundreds of posts a week where people are helping each other out. So I guess I'd say, which hobby would you rather be in? One where folk help each other out, or one where folk step on each other to get more cards in return for their own collection? I know which one.
I don't know. I just don't want to waste my time. I just don't want to waste my time with people that do that stuff. I honestly, if I can be honest, even I've had people do that stuff to me, and the horror stories that I've had as well. Mm-hmm. I just block them, and you know what sucks? I always get stuff they want, and I go out of my way to either hold it or sell it to somebody else. And that's just what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just don't want to spend my free time, my fun time with people who I think are snakes in the grass.
Yeah. You don't want your fun time to become a hard time. Let's put that on a
that's
t-shirt. Don't let your fun time become a hard time. And the interesting thing is, the one thing I'm finding is the more and more people I speak to, there's a run of people who crop up whose names are gradually, more and more people are saying, I won't deal with that person because of the way they're behaving. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. The more you, it's just it. I at the moment, I'm not asking for handouts. I'm not expecting sympathy or anything like that. I put myself in my own position. I have been fortunate enough that some people are sending me a few things just to help me out and keep me collecting, which is absolutely fine. And equally, I'm, some of those packages I sent off to people last week was me helping out other collectors. So, because postage doesn't cost as much as a Fleer Ultra Spider-Man single pack, for example. So there we go. Just, I guess what I'm saying is look after each other, Be a Care Bear. Be Tenderheart Bear.
Be Tenderheart Bear.
Obviously, just do fair deals and try and help other collectors out. That's all I'm asking. If you don't want to do that, that's
you'd be
fine.
surprised.
You don't have to do that.
It's the card karma. It's the card karma, though. It really is. At the end of the day, I guarantee you don't know who that person knows. And I've had plenty of people contact me out of the blue just because they heard that I did something nice for their friend. And there are pieces, I can tell you right now with all certainty, that I've gotten one pieces that are impossible to find just solely on my name alone.
Yeah. It is.
You want it, yeah.
It is. It's very interesting. In my work, especially, I put a lot of value in relationships, on picking up the phone to people, on having a relationship with them, and I think that's important in a lot of walks of life. And someone once told me that networking is one vowel away from not working, and it's true. Foster those relationships. You just be nice to each other. You don't have to be friends, but you can be cordial to each other. I'm lucky enough that present company very much included. There's a lot of friends who I've never met that I've made in this hobby in the last 2 years.
No, honestly, that's been the best part of the hobby. I have really lovely cards that I'm very happy about, but in all seriousness,
it's the friendships.
It's really been the friendships, 100%. I can be honest with that. Yeah. It really has been.
So there we go. I'm going to segue this section by singing Come a chameleon. You sell some cards, you trade some cards. Anyway, and at this point,
such a nice song.
I want to talk about my daughter loves that video. She's crazy about it.
It's a great video.
At this point,
It's very
I'm going
sweet.
to get another little camera going so that we can put this section of the show onto YouTube. There we go. I want to talk about. Relax. Let it out. Right. I want to talk about a new release from Panini. Now, we don't have to talk about Panini because they are. I collect trading cards, and the trading cards that I collect are by and large American because for me, the comics that they're based on, especially with Marvel, are Americana, and so it's important for me to have trading cards from America. And that's with it; they were produced in America first, and other countries have licenses to produce them, but they're not the American cards. And in most cases, they're not up to snuff in terms of the quality. Very much not up to snuff, especially the stuff that Rittenhouse and Upper Deck put out. There's nothing even close to that.
I mean, it's very hard to compete to that.
The print, the quality of the cards. But this one caught my eye. So Panini, who have the license for Europe for Marvel cards and stickers, have put out, and they also do comics. But they do reprints, so they do and they're about 18 months after the US stuff, and they maybe put. So, say if you've got X-Men series, they'll do a 100-page X-Men book that goes into newsagents every 4 weeks, and it'll be a compilation of maybe 2 or 3 different X-Men stories that hit the shelves on a certain month. So, if you had a multi-parter, it's actually quite a nice, affordable way of reading it. But
I like it.
It is. It's anyway. So they put out. I'm going to hold this to the camera here. The pictures of this will be on the tasting notes. So it is a Marvel 80th anniversary set of stickers with a sticker album, and you can see what I'm holding up here is a starter pack. It's called the Marvel 80 Years Anniversary Sticker Collection. Brand new, it says. And I saw this in my local supermarket last week. I put a post on the group, and immediately people started wagging their tails because
I'm still wagging my tail.
We'll come on to that. In every pack that you have here, in every single pack, you have 4 stickers and 1 card. Okay. That was an interesting noise.
That's good, right?
Ringtone.
That's how it goes.
It was good. Don't do it again. It's upsetting.
I will stop.
Yeah, the dog will start.
What? Sorry, go ahead. Let's keep going.
You really made me lose my plot now.
I'm so sorry. You got this.
My daughter's got a baby dragon that hatches out of an egg, and it makes exactly that noise. That's what the noise.
You're welcome, then, because now you get to hear it all the time.
Now, in this starter pack, which is £3.99, so it's about $5 US, you have a sticker album, and you have 4 sealed packs in there. You can see them there.
I see them.
And inside each of those is 4 stickers and a single card. So you're thinking to yourself, hang on a minute. The sticker album says it includes 22 stickers and 4 cards. Well, I'll show you in a moment. Because in those 4 packs is 4 times 4, which is 16. So I have an opened one here, which is coming. I should have got this ready, actually. So here's an open album. Okay.
Yay.
Quite nice and glossy.
I like it.
And on the back, it's got...
Ooh.
There we go. So
good stuff.
What we've got here is, when you open it, you'll see there's a little... What this is...
Deck box.
It's a box for the card. So you could push that out of it because it's kind of perforated. You could push that out and make a little kind of like a playing card box to hold the trading card set. And there are 50 trading cards, 50. Okay. But you've also got 2 stickers there on that little folding.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then
those are nice. Those are actually really nice. They look great.
And then 4 more.
Holy crap.
At the back here. So that's the extra 6 stickers. So in the actual album itself, you have 6 stickers. And then you have this little card box. And then on the inside front cover of the album, this is tiny, so you won't be able to see this knowing, but I'll hold it up to that camera. You have a card checklist,
see what it
and
is.
it's pictorial. So what it is it has all of the cards. Sorry, hang on a minute. You're on that camera.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. So
I got you.
And it is rather It's a rather nice size set, 50 cards. So that means 50 packs, basically, assuming perfect collation. Now, the packs with 4 stickers and 1 card are 90p each, so that's $1 each. So basically, you're saying $1 a card.
Not bad.
Go with it that way. Not bad.
I like it.
Comparable quality. Now, it's not original art, but what they've done is they've taken it from, I'll tell you the artists who are in it. Majority of it is Alex Ross.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Alex Ross artwork. And it's the artwork. A lot of it is covers he's done, like alternate covers. So when we do this video, I imagine that this will be actually on the screen all this while.
Yes, I will put it on the screen. The crazy part about this is that not only is it Alex Ross, right? Plenty of covers from him, then we also have Gabriel Delotto. And then there was one more, right?
Sienkiewicz is in there.
Sienkiewicz, of course.
In fact, there's a stunning Sienkiewicz. There's Phil Noto, Mike Deodato Jr., Marco Djurjevic, Lucio Perello, John Tyler Christopher, Bill Everett. Yeah, there's just I'd say 75% of it's Alex Ross.
These are, and just to note, these are some of the biggest artists and some of the most exciting art from these artists on these cards. And you just don't get this very often where you see artwork like this. Alex Ross did have some cards that were in the set of MM07 and MM08. But this is just really exciting. Yeah. We haven't had a lot of this in a while. But these actually look really cool.
These are variant and in some cases main cover pieces they've done. And what they've done is effectively they've put them into card, but without any of the overlay. So they're like virgin covers that you get, which are usually the
beautiful.
So it's a really nice way of owning them. Some of them are absolutely stunning. Now, the exciting bit here, which is the bit that's tickled you, is that Silver Surfer is one of the cards. And it's the Gabriel Delotto cover. Now, Black Cat isn't in here at all, either in the cards or the stickers. So this is a rare opportunity where Surfer is in a set and Cat's not.
See? She kind of deserved it, if I can say anything.
Yeah, I was going to say that's karma. That's that karma.
She kind of had it coming. She's been in everything.
So when you go through the album, you'll see there's a space for each sticker.
Yes.
Okay. And it kind of goes through the 80 years of Marvel. So it's jumping around a little bit and it can't fit every single thing in. So you've got 40s and you've got, where are we? 50s. So there's only 2 pages on each of those because they've skipped through that. Then they get into the 60s. And then, so basically, you can see there's a page with Surfer on there. There you go. There's your boy.
Yes,
boy.
Famous.
That's that famous...
famous cover.
Is that Joe Sinnott?
Yeah. Joe Sinnott? No. Maybe?
No, it's not.
No, I think that's Kirby.
It is Kirby, isn't it? Yes, sorry. He's on my mind because Joe Sinnott, RIP, passed away last week. Sad loss. 93, though. 93. Wow. What a legacy.
Seriously.
And it's got a whole section here. It's just brilliant. It goes through and you've got all the great artwork from that period. I'll give you scans of these. That's 70s, Expanding the Cosmos goes through. So basically what you've got is that some of the stickers in typical fashion, the stickers are smaller than trading cards. They're about maybe 10-20% smaller. And some of them are front covers. Some of them are sort of twin stickers that cover a particular like scene or splash page or something like that. It goes into the 80s, and some of them are literally just like you can see that Venom there. So the sticker will be that portion of the artwork, which is very clever. And then so Heroes Reborn there, you can see there's a slot for 2 stickers to go side by side.
Ooh,
just there.
Wow.
When you go through it, you keep going through it, and it comes up to date. There's a whole page on Marvels, obviously, because that was kind of a big thing. What I like about it is this is the first set, although it's not. This is the stickers part, not the cards part, where there is a card that features House of X, Powers of X from last year.
Ooh, that's
and
cool.
I'll show you that sticker in a moment. Focus on the world outside your window, which touches upon real events in Marvel Comics. So there's a little bit there about the 9/11 scene Spider-Man,
nice,
Magneto, and the Holocaust and things like that. Drug addiction stories, school
It's a
shooting
really
stories.
lovely.
So it covers it. It's quite
Lovely
nice.
book.
It's quite nicely done, I think.
There's
the
a
stickers-
hardcover version of this as well, just so people know.
Of this
Of the
album.
book.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
Where?
I'll send you a link.
No, seriously, because Panini haven't released a hardcover version of this. So
There's a hardcover version of it. I can show it to you.
what, for the stickers to go in?
Yeah. The
Send me the
thing
link
you're
right
holding
now.
now, there is a hardcover version.
Yeah, well, this is kind of cardboard, but it's it's a thin album. It's only
I'll
got
send to you now.
40, 45 pages. Please send this to me. I would like to see it. It's 50
Doing it
pages.
now.
This is, and then the end of the book is a comic story
Oh, nice.
focusing on Captain America, which is 10 pages, and you can see that you can actually see the artwork underneath where the sticker would go, but the coloured part is the sticker, so it goes over it.
That's
And
cool.
this is a story that appeared in the recent Marvel Comics Presents run. And it appeared in there because that has 2 or 3 stories a week. And it doesn't actually credit. It's annoying. It hasn't got the credits on there for who the artist is. Let me have a look. But in the inside back cover, it's got just a little tells you which issues the different sticker images appear from, the artist.
That's
that kind
cool.
of thing. So it's kind of a nice little thing. And at the bottom, you can complete your collection. You can order up to 40 stickers and 5 cards from panini.co.uk. So if you were missing some stuff, it doesn't actually, rather annoyingly, give me the credits for that comic story at the end. So we've looked at the album. I'm going to quickly look at this link, and at this point, let's have a look. Oh, you're telling me there's a hardcover?
There's a hardcover. It's pretty.
Oh, it's different country, different territory. Okay, there we go. That's why I've not seen it.
Is it Germany?
No, it looks Spanish.
Spanish.
It's Brazil.
Brazil.
So yeah, Panini have got licenses all over the place. So if you want a hardcover, see, I wouldn't go for it because it's not in English.
I see what you're saying.
I'm like that. What can I say? So let me show you some of the stuff. So I've got
Ian.
a pile of dupes here.
Open your
Pile of
mind,
dupes.
bro.
Right. Do you want to look at stickers first, or do you want to look at?
I think you know. I'm okay with either or, actually.
Okay, I don't. That's why I'm asking. So there's a.
Oh, let's do stickers first.
Yeah, there's a half. There's one of the Captain America. So that's clearly the top half of a cover. These are dupes, by the way. I've got the majority of the set over there. But
That's nice.
got my dupes pile here.
Dupes.
They are obviously quite thin because they're designed to be stuck down.
Right, of
They've
course.
just got a plain back there.
Wow.
You can actually see through it. So.
There's definitely an overlap between trading card collectors and sticker collectors.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't tell you how many people have sent me sticker options, Surfer, and asked me if I had them.
Well, we'll come on to that.
And of course, I bought them because
There's the bottom half of the Days of Future Past.
What a good cover.
Yeah, X-Men 141, I want to say. I think it's 141.
Ooh, good one.
And there is, so that's sticker number 85. So sticker 84 would go just above that, just here. And you'd have both parts of it. If you were able to stick it down, that's the thing, you got. Now, on the back of the album, one of the interesting things is that one of the guys in the group said, oh, yeah, it looks like there's parallels as well. Because on the back of the album, it says, I'll hold that up there. It says, look out for special foil stickers. So there's 192 stickers. Look out for special foil ones. And that, someone has misread that because they think of it in terms of trading cards, and especially the American market. It just so happens that some of the stickers are foil. That's all it is.
Thank God.
Yeah, because it's just a set. The kind of the way I describe it is, do you remember when DVDs first came out and interactive menus was one of the special features and chapter selection was one of the special features? It's like
the X-Men movie had a really good interactive feature. Like you were in the danger room. I don't know if people remember that.
No, I've got that.
I love that.
The Austin Powers one was brilliant because they filmed special
Did you ever see the blooper thing? Oh, Austin Powers.
Yeah, he filmed special stuff for the menus.
Yeah.
So he used to go, to go, click it, baby. And he used to point to the
that's
screen.
right. And he'd pop up on the screen.
So this is a foil one. So I'll hold it up there. So it's just got a foil border. And majority of the time they're where you've got a comic cover. So this is a Adventures into Terror.
Oh, so like that red square in the book that we saw a couple of times, that's where the foils would go? Got
basically,
it.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And some of them are just internal scenes that in and of themselves don't really make sense as an individual thing. So they're designed clearly to be. Some of them are brilliant. This one, you can't really see it, but can you just see there's a panel in there, so you don't take out the whole stick, you just take out the middle part, and that fills a gap. You can't really see it, but there's a line. So
great giant X-Men, man. What a great
Tomb
cover.
of Dracula, but that's not a foil one, but that's an amazing cover.
I love that cover.
I thought you'd like that. Isn't that nice?
I love all that stuff.
There's some internal stuff. There's a Punisher one there.
Damn. I think what's really fun is that all these characters these are just such iconic covers. It's cool to have them in card and sticker form. Fantastic.
So I'd say probably about a third of the stuff is comic covers, and the rest of it is kind of interior panels or sections that will make a bigger picture with where you put it in the album.
What a fun thing to collect too, man.
It is. Yeah, they're nice.
I like them. That's right.
Issue 1. The one I was Jonesy, this is the bottom half of a Captain America puzzle.
Oh, cool.
Seriously, this will have Pancake chasing his absolute tail.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the whole set.
In this.
Poor guy.
Tales to Astonish, lots of Tales to Astonish covers. Brilliant stuff.
Of course. Great stuff.
This is possibly my favourite dupe so far.
Ooh.
You see that? It's a Daredevil cover. It's the Born Again.
Oh, that's cool.
Look at that. It's like I said, it's very thin, because it's a sticker.
Lovely. I love that.
Beautiful. So there's that. Now, what I wanted to say to you was, on the dupes front, my friend, you have this coming.
Yes.
Okay. So that's a dupe. That's a dupe of the sticker with the Infinity Gauntlet cover.
Perfect.
And Surfer is on there,
yes,
so I'll put that very carefully into a top loader for you, and that will not go in. This is another dupe, and this one's going to be going to a mega, but he doesn't know it yet because he's a big fan of that Spider-Man 1 cover, Todd McFarlane.
He has tons of good stuff pertaining to that number 1 cover.
Unfortunately, not a red foil border, this one. They just chose not to make
that would have looked great.
But that would have looked good. So that's beautiful artwork, whatever form it comes in. And some of the red foil borders aren't covers as well. That's
interesting. So like their internal scenes or whatever. Wow, interesting.
Isn't that beautiful?
It's a nice little set.
It is a nice little set. Where are we? There's some Alex Ross stuff from Marvels. That's
that's cool. Giant Man.
Yeah. What else we got here? Astonishing X-Men, the Josh Whedon, John Cassidy.
Those covers, man, so iconic.
Beautiful. And that's a nice foil border one. So you could actually get yourself a nice little subset just of the covers. You wouldn't have to have all these interior panels. And there'll be pictures of all that. Frank is going to get this one from me, which is a red foil.
Iron Man.
I think that's Extremis Iron Man.
Lucky. That's really nice.
So, I'm going to hook up the crew.
That's a good one with red foil too.
There's a Sam Wilson as Captain America one there. I don't think Pancake has him.
I don't know if Pancake does the variations of Cap because there are tons.
I think he does that many actually. There are tons. Yeah, there's Cap. There's always Cap, all sorts, and there's some interior.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
And then these are the ones from that comic story at the end. So you can see there. That's just something that you would stick in to be part of that story. It's about Captain America riding motorbike with a young lady.
Miss Marvel?
So those, yes, it is. And this is most of the 192 stickers. So it doesn't add because they're quite thin, as I said.
Whoa.
That's most of it. So I'm probably about 30 short at this point.
That's crazy.
It is. It is crazy. I think I've spent
you almost have a full
as much
set.
as
That's
I
fast.
can at the moment.
Nice. Good for you.
I'm just looking for that Powers of X House of X cover that I saw. But for the life of me, there it is. Oh, it's just stunning. So I'm really hoping Marvel Annual from Upper Deck does a subset with these covers in this year. If that's not the comic covers subset for Marvel Annual 2019-20,
big mistake.
I'm getting Jason on the phone, quite frankly, because the covers and the variant covers.
That's the most dangerous part. Now we have someone to call.
Yeah, I think you'll very quickly stop taking our calls if that's the case.
Just a little bit.
For
Just
Jason,
a little bit.
I don't have a dupe of this yet, but for Jason, there's a Spider-Man 2099 cover.
Hey, that's a good one too.
We will. My tasting notes are going to be a nightmare for this episode, so I'm going to stop at this point.
Yes.
Because I'm showing virtually every single sticker in the set. You're probably sitting there thinking, Ian, what about the cards? So let's look at the cards.
Ooh.
Now,
I almost forgot the stickers look so good.
Yeah. Now, the tricky thing about they're beautiful cards, by the way. Now, the thing is, because the packs, where are the packs? Where are the packs?
Basically like paper, right?
Where are the packs? Look, my friend, we're about to open some.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah, we've got 4. So basically what they are done like the sticker pack. They are literally just sealed paper. So it's very, very, very easy because they're not perforated. It's very easy to ding the corners. And it's very easy to buy packs where some of the corners have been dinged. You kind of just have to live with it. The production quality is good, but the cutting on the edges, you can see it's a bit off, so it's not upper deck quality,
No.
But I want to show you this one. This is Doctor Strange by Alex Ross. Look at the spot UV on that card. When you have it in hand,
is that what they're doing?
Yeah, it's amazing. There's 3 different levels. There's a matte, there's a soft gloss, and then there's a high gloss spot UV on each card, and they highlight certain sections of the artwork with it. So it's really nicely done.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. These are actually crazy pretty.
On the back, it doesn't have any. So I'm going to hold that up to this camera because that'll come out better.
Wow.
That's astonishing. So basically, you've got that there. On the back, it doesn't have anything apart from the card number and the logos. Just says C9 of 50.
Yeah, I think mine's C35.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't have the character name, doesn't have the artist credited at all.
What?
No credit for the artist or the character. I think Panini, you've missed a trick there. So while it's a nicely put together set, it could have been done with a little bit more care, I would say.
35 point, right? That's the thickness of the card? Just so people know.
Maybe a touch, then maybe 30. But it's good. It's high gloss front and back. This is Thor.
Do they all have that effect, that gloss?
Yeah, in different areas.
I got to admit, that's really exciting.
It is beautiful. It's really nice. Okay, anyway. Some of them come out better than others. Scarlet Witch. So this dupe will go to Matthew DeMars. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
You can see Scarlet Witch is entirely gloss.
Oh, my God.
Look at that. Just gives a really nice depth to the
and there's 50 of these, right?
There's 50 of them, so there's 1 per each of those.
That's going to be a good set to get.
I am maybe 10 short of the set at this point.
Really?
I basically went today and I bought the rest of what my local supermarket had on the shelves. So I've got majority of the contents of 1 box that they'll have put out because they took it out of the box and just put it on the shelves.
Yeah.
So, wow. And this one is beautiful. So this is card number 11. Can you see that the Avengers in the foreground?
Wow, yes. You need to show the audience because that looks amazing.
We'll have this on screen as well, I'd say. So, sorry, buddy.
I can be honest. I think these are some of
these are beautiful
favorites.
So, if you can live with the fact that the production quality, this one is a little bit, just a tiny bit rough on the corner there. Just from cutting. So, that's not pack damage, but
But really, I got to be honest, the effect is really what is. Right. I can't believe it. Like I did not expect that.
Hold on to your pants. Jonathan Delgado. Jonathan is going to get this one. Look at what they've done with Wolverine on that. Wolverine is entirely gloss. And the background that's a matte in the foliage, and then there's a soft gloss just behind him.
Holy crap!
It's really nice. It's really nice. It's just.
I'm really taken back by this. This is really lovely.
What I like about it is that the fact you wait till you see the next one I'm going to show you. Sinkovich. Nick Fury. Look at what they've done with the eye patch. That's gloss. They've used it sparingly. Because on Sinkovich's
show the audience that looks amazing.
On Sinkovich's artwork, It doesn't serve, and on the eyesight for the gun, just there's spot UV. Now, the interesting thing about this is that in many, is that a gun? It looks like a gun. It could be. Yeah, I think it is a gun. Yeah, he's holding it. New cards that would be produced, you wouldn't have the gun under current guidelines.
Yes, very true. Very true.
This is an Iron Man and Spider-Man. An Iron Man is entirely UV coated.
Ooh.
Nice. These are my dupes. This one is weird what they've done with the UV because of the type of artwork that it is. Kingpin, and it's the scariest card.
Oh, that's sick.
It's interesting, isn't it? Look at that.
That's a great looking card
right there.
I love that.
So this is artwork you don't often see on trading. You don't see on trading cards at all. This is Daredevil, and again, they've UV'd some of him, but not all of him.
See, people are going to be really excited because people have been waiting for a Delotto kind of like set of original art for cards. And oh god, that looks so good.
Okay, so these
and this is kind of a way of getting around that. I mean, this is the
those are my dupes. So I'm going to reach down here. I don't now. I'm going to bury the lead here. I don't have a surfer card yet. I've not pulled one.
Right, that's totally fine.
But
if you pull one, you'll need one for the set, though.
Well, that's what I mean. So, but what I'm saying is, I can order 5 cards to complete my set. So you're sorted. I'll get you.
I feel bad though. Yeah. You don't have to.
No, mate. They're like ridiculous. Like for ridiculously small amount of money.
Wow.
So I've got most of the one I wanted to show you. Oh my goodness!
And just to repeat to people, you won't be able to get this in America.
Well, no. I'll come on to that.
Yeah.
You can get the set. You can get it in America from Panini America, but it's a very different distinction. Is that in Panini America, it advertises 5 stickers per pack with no mention whatsoever of a card. Whereas in the UK and Europe, it's 4 stickers and 1 card per pack. That's because Panini don't have a license to make cards for the US. Upper Deck do. So you cannot get the cards from Panini America. You can get the stickers. So yeah. You got to come to Europe.
Good
for this.
Stuff.
European exclusive. Captain America.
Oh,
Alex Ross. Pankit is going to go nuts for that one.
He's going to lose his mind.
It's just wonderful. It's just brilliant. It's such beautiful artwork, and that's why I've kind of gone for it. UK releases are usually not that good quality, all their trading card games, even when they do come out.
I have to say, these are some of the nicest ones I've seen.
Sinkovich, Electra. No further questions.
Ooh.
If there's an artist who does Electra, it's got to be Bill. And look at that glove. Alexa, stop. Alexa's getting involved. There we go. Just
wow,
that is stunning. It's stunning what they've done with the Alexa.
These must look great in 9-page too.
They do. They don't. They're not. They don't. They do. Then they've not curated it in a way that they look.
Oh, that they're connecting.
They're not connecting in any way. No,
right.
No, they're not connecting in any way. And in some of them, I think there might be sections of bigger pieces, but the majority of them are full pieces. So, without further ado, I'm going to open the packs.
Let's get to the packs.
I've very, very, very carefully sliced open and kept some of the packs because they're not designed to be opened easily. Oh, by the way, there's a Howard the Duck and possibly Red Sonja sticker.
That's Red Sonja. Wow, I love that.
With red foil, of all the things to choose, red foil. So these are sticker dupes as well.
Howard the Duck's the best.
Groot, there's Amazing Spider-Man cover to 378 Maximum Carnage.
Ooh, cool.
So yeah, those are dupes as well. So anyway, I'll put those over there. Put those over there with the dupes. Dupes go over there. So what I've done is I have got... It says opening. This is just a random binder that I've got them in. So I've got my very carefully opened packs. So I've kept some.
Nice.
Put them in this two-pocket page.
That looks great.
And then the binder is too big for any of the current pages I've got from Ultra Pro. So I'm having to keep that separate. I'm not going to be putting the stickers in the album. I'm going to get the pages that have got the slightly smaller pockets to put them in.
Yeah.
But I have kept smart. The little baggie that the album starter pack came in, so that I've got.
You rock star.
Yeah, I just thought, I'm just going to keep.
That was good
because I can add this to the Marvel 80th set that I've got coming from Upper Deck that's on EPAC, ready to ship over to me.
Oh, nice.
So I can have them kind of complement each other, even though they're very different things. So what I will say, first of all, is that this starter pack here, this sealed one, is yours, my friend, and that's coming to you.
No. Are you serious?
No, it's yours. I bought it for you specifically because I've got one. I'm not going to keep it.
I'm going to send you some cash for that. That's way too nice.
No. Don't worry about it. Just that's coming to you. So what we got here? Let's open some packs. So there they are.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's do this. Are you ready?
I am ready. So let's do this. So it's going to be. You got to go easy. You got to go easy because when you meet resistance, you're hitting card.
Yes, that is a rule.
Side, and it does adhere a bit, so you've got to kind of open the pocket.
Gosh.
What we've got here. So the card is. C50?
Cool. Who's that?
Not sure.
Did you have it? Is that a dupe?
No, I don't have that. I know.
Yay!
Because I was sorting them this morning. So let me just have a quick look at the album. Where did I put the album? Oh, there it is. There it is. On the inside front cover, it is Warlock. Of course, it's Warlock.
Oh, Warlock.
By Sujin Jo. Is an artist I don't know, but I know you will because you're into.
Yeah. That's a great artist. Wow.
So that's nice. That's C50, and then on the stickers front we have
C50 too. You got the last one in there. Ooh, pretty.
Sorry, I'm wrong.
Lovely. No, don't worry.
There we go. We got. There's a Thor.
Another Thor. It's a good Thor. It's a great Thor.
Menace.
Menace.
That's an early. And then that's towards the end.
From the comic book.
From the comic book.
Right.
Yeah. So that's nice.
Damn.
So there we go. So that's one.
I gotta admit, this is one of my favorite new products. Like, I really love it.
It's nice. I mean,
I'm into it.
I think 90p a pack is probably quite rich.
Which is $1, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
that's a lot. Yeah, I can see that being a lot.
I'm a tightwad.
No. I understand
it is in
that.
the children's section in the supermarket, so it is.
$1 a card though for that set. That's a pretty cheap set.
Yeah, if you're going for yeah. Right. So this is for Pankit. It's a dupe of that.
Yes.
America
Perfect.
So that's Pankit.
Wow.
Pankit is coming to you, my friend. Hello, Pankit. How are you? Pankit. I'm coming to see you. Oi, give me my shield back.
You're officially my hero. I love it.
Yeah.
That is great.
Howard the Duck on the sticker.
I love Howard the Duck.
Sticker. Where else we got? There's an that's obviously a section from something, possibly Avengers.
The Avengers cover. Actually, Jusco just did a recreation of that cover.
That's a section from that comic towards the end.
Nice.
And that is Grey Hulk.
Ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, right. 2 more to go. So far on these 4 packs that I've got to open, I've had 1 dupe and 1 that I needed in terms of the cards.
That's lovely.
Okay. Right, so straight away at the top, we've got red foil on the sticker. I'm going to do this in reverse order. I'm going to do the stickers first.
Do it.
Oh, I've just seen the card, though. It's nice. It's not Surfer.
See. Oh, Fantastic Four.
Isn't that beautiful?
Awesome.
It's the thing. It's like the artwork's just like will lend itself to any format. That's a Romita Junior Peter Parker.
Oh, wow.
I'll recognise his artwork anyway. Amazing Fantasy 15 cover.
That's a great one to have.
Yeah, that's a nice sticker there. Okay. And we've got, that's a section from that recent Secret Wars cover.
Oh, yeah. That's an Alex Ross piece.
Yeah. Alex Ross has been knocking out some amazing covers in recent years.
Oh, man.
This is C16, and it is... Ooh. I'm not sure.
Oh, Alex Ross, Miles Morales. Wow.
Hulk going on there as well.
Yeah, so that's the series that Ross did.
Let me have a look.
The little
Where's the
Because he did a lot of comic connecting covers and stuff like that,
Yeah,
from what I
so,
remember.
yeah, that is Spider-Man Generations. Oh, yeah, of course, it's Generations, which is the one that covered different eras of the characters. That's right.
That's right.
I've no idea if I've got that one. Oh, I'll have a look in a minute. Right, last one. I'm holding out for a surfer. I'm holding out for a surfer till the end of the night. Oh, it's one off. C34.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I can't believe I bought this many packs and I've not pulled a surfer.
Now you know
However,
how I feel.
This sticker,
Oh,
it's that classic Avengers cover.
that's a great cover. You know, the print quality on these are so pretty.
Yeah, will it be a dupe? Who knows?
Really,
if it
really
is,
nice.
Bank it, it's yours. Oh,
Oh,
that's the card. Look,
Esad
the eyes
Riddick.
are the ones that UV. That I think
One of my favorite artists, actually.
Right, last 3 stickers then. That's Thor from that Kirby panel with Surfer.
Ooh, yes, that's awesome.
That one. That's the bit that goes in that bit, that page we looked at. There's an Adam. No, I think that's Captain Marvel.
I think that's Captain Marvel.
Red.
Very cool.
And finally, I have no idea. That's a panel from inside a book, but I've no idea.
Oh,
No idea.
I don't know that one either.
I know nothing. It's card number. It's number 142.
Oh,
So let's have a look.
142.
Okay, let's have a look. 142. Open your. Hang on, let's have a look at the end. All right, here we go. 142 is from The Incredible Hulk by Gary Frank. Incredible Hulk 420 from 1994. Who knew? So there we go. That's all I've got to open for you.
Well, that's amazing.
80th anniversary sticker album. And if you get the European version or the UK version, you get trading cards as well.
You're the best for putting this together. That is sick.
Isn't it nice? I love them.
It looks great.
That's all for this week, folks. I haven't really got anything else to say apart from I still need to finish that set. And that's kind of my ongoing battle cry. I still need to finish that set.
Well, if I get anything, it goes back to you, so no worries.
Oh, bless you, dear. Bless you, dear.
You know
right
it.
then.
You know it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Thank you.
We will see you, or actually, no, you will see us, or you'll hear us, or something. Anyway, we'll be here next week.
We'll be in your ear one way or another.
Yeah.
Enjoy collecting, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast. Visuals and tasting notes for each episode can be found on our Facebook page. You can subscribe and leave us a voicemail via our home on anchor.fm/MCCP. We're also on iTunes, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Please take a second to subscribe, like, and review our show wherever you get your podcasts. Our podcast can be found by Googling at the MCC Pod, which will also find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Our Facebook community is at MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide, and MMC, Marvel Masterpieces Collectors. The great music we use is called Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Thanks to the collectors, artists, and creators who support the Marvel Cards Fan Collective. We'll see you next time, and remember, it's a small hobby but a fun one. Make mine Marvel and enjoy collecting.
Hello, this is Jonathan Ruple, Upper Deck sketch card and freelance artist, and you are listening to the Marvel Card Collectors podcast.